You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, and drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
Not to be a backseat driver, but can you say for sure you got the best monthly payment possible on your auto loan? Could it be that you might have gotten a better deal by shopping the loan at a few places and have a lower car payment? Next time, before you go car shopping, visit Communication Federal Credit Union first. Our auto loan experts will find you a perfect loan and get you the lowest monthly payment we can. Communication Federal, your auto loan experts. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Today, this breakfast isn't just breakfast. It might be the first McDonald's breakfast you're having at McDonald's again. This lunch might be a weekly tradition you hadn't had in weeks. And this dinner might be the first one you bought for not just you in a while. Whatever this order is for you, McDonald's will be here to take it.
Get more of the chicken you love with a delicious McChicken sandwich for $1. And for an extra $1, add a refreshing Dr. Pepper. Dining rooms are starting to reopen in certain communities at participating McDonald's. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
From a hotel room somewhere in downtown Oklahoma City, it's a brand new episode of the Loftus Party Podcast. What's up, everybody? It's Michael. I am stoked. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. This is going to be a fun show. Going to be a weird one. It's going to have a little bit of an NPR vibe this week because I don't have my guitar with me. That's a hurdle I have to get over. I'm on the road. We're gonna check up on this. We're gonna do a little road checkup in the show. My travels, my actions, the wonderful things I've been up to, and then we're gonna get into some crazy news updates, which I think is the big one about Fulton County, Georgia, and some ballot shenanigans. It's wild. And then of course we've got some crazy activities from these pro-Hamas Palestinian these protests everywhere going out. And then we've got updates on the GOP debate. I got to share some thoughts on that. We're going to talk about upcoming events and tons more tons more. And shout outs to a bunch of the people who are putting great content at theloftusparty.com. So first, right out of the gate, this is literally the part I would play the song. I'm a little sad now. I got the sniffles. I'm choking back the podcast. The Loftus Party podcast. All right, so let me get you caught up to speed. It's been a fun week, a busy week, and in every sense of the word. I made it to Dallas, Texas on Monday. Hung out with my buddy Dave Landau, who's got a real fun show on The Blaze called Normal World. It's also on YouTube, and you can check that out. And here's what a small world it is. And this had me so excited. If you go to theloftusparty.com, you'll notice a lot of times I will post movie reviews from this YouTube channel called Nerdrotic. Really good channel. And yeah, check out Nerdrotic. So Dave Landau has this show, Normal World, and he's got like a partner in crime in this. And the guys calls himself Quarter Black Jarrett, like 1/4 black Jarrett. And so we're kind of talking before the show. That guy is not only the on-camera talent with Landau, but he's also the editor for Nerdrotic. And I was like, it was very cool. It was very cool. They have a show on YouTube Friday nights, Friday Night Tights. It's a big discussion about all things nerd, and I would love to be on that show. So we'll see. That would be great. I could go get my nerd on. So Landau's show was fantastic. The Blaze is just doing very well. Lots of people running around. Ran into Kirk Cameron. You guys remember Kirk Cameron? I think it was Growing Pains was the show. I might be wrong, but he's doing great. He ran into him. He's got a children's book. That was fantastic. Then I did my buddy Chad Prather's show. Prather is doing wonderful, and he's got a recording contract now. It's just freaking awesome. Oh, and it looks like Chad might be hosting an upcoming episode of that show tonight. I think that'd be cool, because not only could he be in the skits and stuff, he could also be the musical guest. And then, holy smoke, was the Sarah Gonzalez show. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I was not fucking around. We were making some hay. The sun was shining. Sarah Gonzalez has a great show. That was a boatload of fun. Then I did the Alex Stein show. Alex Stein is I really first discovered him when he was confronting AOC on the steps to the Capitol, talking about he was in love with a big booty Latina. Would you be my big booty Latina? So Alex Stein is a character, and here's where I love it when stuff like this happens. So I'm on Alex Stein's show. We're talking about everything. He's like wrestling dudes. It's just madness. It's madness. And his other guest, and I'm going to do it right now. His other guest on the show was this cosplayer, and I'm looking her up right now before I tell you the name, because I want to frickin' goo-doo-doo Star Wars girl, and she has a ginormous that Star Wars girl, and holy guacamole, very, very cool chick, and I just went right by the correct one. Because if you go to theloftusparty.com, you know I dig the cosplay, and I dig the girls who do cosplay. I should explain this. Here's my thoughts about the girls who do cosplay, and I'm talking about, but they really have to love. We talked about this on Alex Stein's show. if you're, there's a lot of like hoes out there that just go, oh, I'll just dress up like Princess Leia and I'll get a bunch of people to drool over me and I'll make a ton of money and blah, 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 blah. That's nobody digs that. Nobody digs that. You're a gross tourist. And that's what I liked about that Star Wars girl. She knows tons of Star Wars. She likes cosplay. She creates her own outfits. It was great. I have got to get her on this show. It would be fantastic. She's got 104,000 followers on Twitter. And I'm looking at the media right now. And she's a gamer. She's getting married. Some dude is gonna get some dude is just hit the jackpot. Because with a girl who's into cosplay, that just tells me right there, you have interests that align, right? You're like, I'm into nerd stuff, I'm into Star Wars, probably Tolkien, all that stuff, and you're not afraid to let the world know it. Your life is way more fun. Oh, and she made Kevin Smith cry. She made, the director, Kevin Smith, they got into a Twitter tiff, and somehow he was weeping over it. So how about that? How about that? All right. Now into more. Oh, I forgot the biggest one. So after the Blaze, then I hop on a plane and I come down here to Oklahoma City, to a club I've never been to before, the Bricktown Comedy Club. 2 shows last night. Fucking good times. Good times. So many people came out. So I met so many people after these shows. We were taking pictures. We were talking. I was thoroughly happy with how many people came out. Like, these were good crowds, and we just let it roll. I'm a little like I don't want to jinx anything because we got 2 more shows tonight, and I am stoked for it. A lot of people who watch Gutfeld, and that's the whole thing. It's the #1 show in late night. So, all right. So that's what I've been doing. And now I'm going to be flying tomorrow. So I'm like, damn it, I am doing the podcast today. So with all that being said, I don't have the guitar with me. This is my, it's going to be a Christmas present to me. I need a little acoustic guitar. And if you guys know, if you have any tips, let me know. Because here's what I need. I need a little acoustic guitar that I can plug in to a sound system. Now that's going to be kind of, I can't imagine the expense on something like that. And then, because here's all the shit that goes with it that you don't think about. Then I'm going to need a case to take it on the road. Spokane. I always say it wrong. Spokane, Washington, December 22nd and 23rd. Put that on your calendar. Ho, ho, ho. Christmas time. Spokane, Washington, December 22 and 23. So yeah, I need the guitar. Need to be able to plug it in because I'm going to start playing for you guys. I'm going to start doing it at live shows. It's just fucking too much fun. It would just bring a whole new level of fun to the show. And that's what I want to do. And then I have to learn how to change strings because of when you put it on a plane, shit, I'm going to need a case. I'm going to need a hard shell case. I'm a musician, you guys. I'm going to need roadies. I'm going to need topless girls backstage. I'm going to need all the green M&Ms taken out of the frickin' candy bowl. It's going to be great. I'm very much looking forward to it. And then before that, here's another one. We might as well just call this the update segment. I swear to God, we will get into news. And then we've got a show, I want to say December 8th. That show tonight. Thatshowtonight.com. It's so awesome to watch people discover the show and the comedy and the skits and the songs in real time. We put up I did this song, the FBI song, and they reposted it a couple days ago, and holy shit, it's got like 500,000 views on Instagram. It's just like boom, boom. And then people are like, oh my God, what is this? What is it? Where is this from? How do I get more? So that does a body good. ThatShowTonight.com. We'll be back at the America First Warehouse doing all that good stuff. Okay, so that's the update. And then before we get into the Hamas and this Palestinian madness, which I'm talking about the protests that are going on in Europe and the protests that are going on in America and some shit that we're going to have to keep our eye on. I want to get to this piece of news first. I'm looking at my clock. We'll tease this a little bit and we'll really get into it on the next segment. And then of course, there's going to be after the next segment, we do a special block for everybody on Locals and everybody on Patreon. Yeah, they get extra because they're cool like that. So join us over there. All right. This is, I'm just going to start with the headline about Fulton County, Georgia, and the 2020 election. And this is a post on Twitter. They reposted. It was a Tucker Carlson post, and the quote is: It now appears there actually was meaningful voter fraud in Fulton County, Georgia, last November or November of 2020. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's true. Surveillance footage obtained by this organization, Voter GA, shows large numbers of ballots being scanned multiple times. And they want the one way that they have to check is how many times were the ballots counted? How many times was each vote counted more than once? And Fulton County is not answering these questions. So they say one way to answer the question would be to check what are called the audit tally sheets. And Fulton County failed to provide more than 100,000 of the tally sheets, including 500,000 from mail-in ballots. Now, Fulton County is a county that incredibly important, and Biden only got it by like 13,000 votes or ballots. So here's what we got. They've been trying to get these tally sheets forever. Show us I guess there's a way with these tally sheets you can see how many times a vote was counted. So when Voter GA finally forced Fulton County to turn over the tally sheets, the conclusion was stunning. Here's what the audit found. 7 falsified audit tally sheets containing fabricated vote totals. For example, one batch containing 59 actual ballot images for Joe Biden and 42 for Donald Trump, they reported that as 100 for Biden and 0 for Trump. 7 batches of ballot images with 554 votes for Joe Biden and 140 votes for Donald Trump and 11 for Joe Jorgensen. They had altered those tally sheets. They'd falsified those to show 850 votes for Biden, 0 for Trump, and 0 for Jorgensen. That's fraud. That is the kind of shit, and I can't believe this isn't all over. I know, I can believe it's not all over the news, and I see why it's not all over the news. When you have actual proof of, okay, they're changing the results of the voter tallies, and now you can prove it. That's a big story. That's a big story. And they're finding these counterfeit ballots that have like no folds, no creases, just look like they came fresh off the printer. So there is I linked all of this stuff, and you can find it at theloftusparty.com. And the title of the piece that I did was Tucker Carlson on Fulton County, Georgia, and meaningful voter fraud. Now, we're going to get into what all this means and how important it is for us to be able to trust our elections. There's a lot of other shit going on in the world, but we gotta. It's part of the whole America First thing. Like, we have to. We're in the plane. The plane is going down. We got to put our oxygen masks on before we can help anybody else. We got to make sure our elections are on the up and up. And when you have meaningful voter fraud and proof of that going on in Fulton County, Georgia, and you can prove it, that's the important thing. We have to be able to trust our elections. We're going to talk about that when we come back, and some super, super scary shit coming out of Great Britain, and who's getting arrested and why. You're going to be surprised. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, and drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you. See you, see you.
And we're back. Let's go. I'm still... I was going back and reading the Post again about these duplicated ballots, these falsified tally sheets, the mail-in ballot fraud. This, I know I'm not telling you guys anything, but it's same-day voting, paper ballots, no voting machines, and you need representatives from both parties there the whole time watching. There's just no two ways about it. Fulton County, I think Fulton County is the one where they're like, oh no, we had a water break. There's water everywhere. We gotta get out of the building. And then it turns out it was a toilet that wouldn't stop running. Whew, if we seriously don't have faith in our elections, it's all over. It's all over but the crying. It's all done. I think conservatives will do well because they're big into the Second Amendment and stuff like that. But stay out of jail, everybody. Stay out of jail, because there are 2 tiers of justice. This next one is just completely shocking. There's all these pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas protests going on everywhere. And last night, And it's wild to watch. I can't wait till the show's on video. We'd show you the clip. So this was Friday night in New York City, and there was a huge group of what looks to be like pro-Palestine protesters, Hamas supporters. They're all wearing masks, and they're trying to break into the police station at Grand Central Station. There's like a kiosk, and there's evidently these doors are pretty secure. They're shaking, the windows breaking, and these dudes are kicking at it. This is and they're carrying I guess some flag that represents Palestine. But they're attacking. They're literally attacking. They're going after cops that are sheltering on the other side of these doors. And the cops are just kind of standing there, and you see a guy in the background, oh, I better get a little barricade type of thing. This is not compatible with, this is not, no one's stopping you from protesting. You want to have a protest, go for it. You want to have a march, go for it. But once you start attacking, going after police officers in Grand Central Station in New York, we got a problem. We got a huge problem. And I'm looking here to see if there's any kind of arrests that were made. This has got the Black Lives Matter style of protest all over it. Remember how the Black Lives Matter, they would just I remember when they were trying to get into the freaking White House when Trump was in there. And it was like, okay, be cool, you guys. Everybody settle down. They're freaking destroying property left and right. And you're like, you see these guys kicking on these doors and you just want the cops to just come flying out. You just want an army of cops to come flying out. Pepper spray, massive arrests. You don't get to do that shit. But all the cops are just kind of hanging out on the other side of the door. Nobody's getting arrested. No one's worried about anything. There's another one on Lexington Avenue. Some dude's climbing up, taking down the American flag and replacing it with some flag that represents Palestine. No arrests. It's just wild to witness. And then you compare it with this. You compare it with the police in the UK. In the UK, because it was just like how we have Veterans Day. I guess they have like Armistice Day. It honors the nation's their fallen soldiers. Here's what the police did in the UK. Over 80 Britons preventatively arrested ahead of a pro-Palestine Armistice Day protest. So they know these pro-Palestinian people are going to be marching through, and they know that there's going to be some people who love England. Oh, they're right-wingers. They love England. They're going to make sure that nobody messes with the statues, and they're just kind of go down there and hang out, and they're allowed to protest too. 80 of those guys got arrested. Not the pro-Palestinian people. Just the people who were like, hey, we're just going to go out there and just make sure nothing gets vandalized. We're just going to, as citizens, preemptively. They didn't even do anything. And this isn't the first time England's done this. I do research because I love you guys. Back on May 6th in 2023, they arrested a bunch of people preemptively in England. That's fucking dystopian as hell. Anti-monarchy protesters arrested ahead of King Charles' coronation. They're just like, we think you're going to do something, so we're going to just go ahead and preemptively arrest you for what, a thought crime? And people were horrified by that. Oh, we were horrified This is alarming. Police accused of alarming attack on protest rights after they did an incredibly alarming... And then here they are, like a couple months later, going, okay, arrest him, round him up. Usually, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Preemptively arresting people. And that's what the first time is scary, and one might call it alarming. After two, in just a handful of months, that's not a one-off. That's a, hey, this is the policy now. We know, we know we don't want you on the street. We know we don't want you to be free because we think you might do something. That is Orwellian. That is complete and total George Orwell 1984 bigly. All right, we gotta get off that. That's gonna take me down the rabbit hole indeed. The rabbit hole indeed. Let's check in on let's check in on the Bidens, shall we? Let's see what's going on in the world of the Biden crime family and the story that just keeps changing. Our businesses were completely separate. Oh, well, we never talked about it. Oh, well, I never met with any. Oh, well, I never got the oh, well, that check. Oh, it's just wild to watch this loser's story change again and again and again. And the media just keeps it. It's so funny when they just go, there's no proof. There's no evidence. There's evidence of Joe Biden lying. There's like, I can show you the fucking clips. You want to sit here and watch the clips with me? We'll play the clips. It's outrageous. We got to try to find the joy somewhere. Oh, and this all takes away from the fact that Trump is still going through this insane, farcical trial. They're calling it a trial in New York. It's not even a trial. It's like a hearing. It's like they've already found him guilty, and they're just like, okay, what do we want to charge you, and will you still be allowed to do business? I don't know what you do other than just like completely ignore that. I mean, I guess Trump has to show up because he's up for, election and all that good stuff. But like when they reach their verdict, I mean, it's going to have to come to a head at some point because he's going to be found guilty. Trust me. And then whatever the fine is, when they go to collect that money, does he just like, I'm not going to pay. And then they're going to go try to seize property. And then it all boils down to, it's like this game that we all play. It's all going to come down to violence. I don't see how this doesn't just end up there. Because someone will just have enough. And someone, you hire a security company, or you ask volunteers to come down and protect it. We're still just animals. We like to play make-believe, and it's so polite. But when you see rights being violated like this, just left and right, at some point, especially with like the Trump thing in this court, I mean, I guess he could pardon himself, if he wins the presidency again, he could just go no. But then that would violate some states' rights. I don't know. I just see this as like it feels like an attack on all sides, on everybody. The current administration is just doing whatever the hell they want, bringing people up on charges. Oh, you've already been found guilty, but you have to show up in court so we can decide what the sentence is. And then Trump's like, hey, can I read this statement? No, you can't. I know there's a disclaimer on the loan agreement where it says buyer beware. in your victimless crime that we have found you guilty of, but we're not going to let you read that. And then this judge is just like parading Ivanka Trump and every Trump he could possibly call in there. It's absolutely farcical. And when you have to endure that, at some point, especially when you're the president, you're just like, fucking no. I know they found, they said I was guilty. Sure they did. Okay, whatever. I'm not paying. And then I guarantee you they're going to try to take his building. And then what, he gets a special decree? Or do you send people down there to go, no, this is my building? To me, that's what it comes down to. Who can stop who? It's like we're freaking animals. It's like the border. Oh, we passed a law and we said this. And then they just go right around it and they find something. Oh, we said you couldn't cut the razor wire, but you're allowed to lift the wire and help them in. And it's always technically, but nothing ever fucking changes. And seriously, I hate to say it, but it all boils down to, if they were afraid of the consequences, they wouldn't be coming across the border like this. And if you look at like what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, and boy, violence is a lot of people's go-to. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Do you think you can stop me? All right, let's find out. I don't think we've evolved much. These people like to pretend like we have. And I'm down with that. I certainly enjoy modern civilization. I enjoy society and the nicer things. We get it. We do very well when we make believe that violence isn't the solution. But there's a lot of fucking Neanderthals out there. And for them, they're just like, give me what I want or I will bash your head in with a rock. And you have to be prepared to stop them. It's always amusing when you see these people like, oh, queers for Palestine. Oh, please go over there. Please go over there and enlighten them. Please enlighten them. You homosexual type people who just like, oh, we just want to be accepted. We just want to be accepted. And Western civilization has been like, okay, that's cool. You're fine. No, it's fine. You're cool in Western civilization. And then they seem to think that the rest of the world is like that. They seem to think that, like, oh my gosh, these rights and this way of living in the West, oh, this transfers to the Middle East. Good fucking luck with that. Because they will get violent. And are you prepared to stop them? Okay? Because they're not playing your little fucking game of make-believe. And that's what, I've talked about this before on the show a lot. This mass insanity that just keeps going further and further out to the left, where now they're trying to convince children, oh, you might not be a boy, you might be a girl, you might not be a girl, you might be a boy. All of this, and they think it's like, so they pretend it's so important. They don't think it's so important. They pretend it's so important. There's a big distinction there. Because by pretending it's so important, they can get what they actually want, which is a bunch of freaking dumb numbnuts who don't reproduce. But I'm tired of taking this shit seriously. I really am. And they're like, oh, don't make fun of me because my feelings are so important and I haven't. Shut the fuck up. You have no idea how rough this world is. You have no clue. And when you have, I'm circling back here to the Trump thing. When you have all of this crazy, litigious, woke, bureaucrat, legal, fucking mumbo jumbo horseshit all wrapped up, going after one dude so he doesn't run for president again, so you think you can try to stop him. That's something that is so obviously and transparently corrupt. How long do you put up with that? How long do you put up with it before you just go, no, that doesn't matter. It's all a game, and I'm not playing anymore. Then our legal system goes. Then you've set a precedent. And it's like the Fulton County, Georgia ballot thing. It's like, oh, that election was the most safe and secure election in the history of our country. No, it fucking wasn't. And here's the proof. That's what makes it so different. And so, okay, so we're still supposed, even though we know that this ballot bullshit went down, we're all supposed to pretend like, oh, that was fine. It's all good. Okay, and then with the legal system, well, we had to go for Trump because we didn't want him to be president, so we had to go after him with this thing. So, okay, so the legal system. So the elections are bullshit, and the legal system is a bullshit, and then the cops, like in Britain, only seem to prosecute one side. You're pro-Palestine, you're BLM, and you can protest and burn shit till the cows come home. But if you lean to the right, they come to your fucking house and arrest you before you actually have even done anything? I don't know how long people are going to be able to pretend that, oh, all's well and good. Oh, all is fine. Reality will come crashing in. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. I just clicked on a new story as we get into this, but it's like you deny it, you thrash, there's a gnashing of teeth, and then reality pops in. And right now it's happening to Disney, and it's happening to Marvel, and it's awesome to watch. Do I feel bad for all the crew members that worked on this new movie, the Marvels Part 2 or Captain Marvel's Part 2 it's a fucking bomb? Yes. I want people to be able to work. I want them to feed their families. But like everybody called it, this movie, Captain Marvel 2, is a bomb, is a train wreck. It is the new low for Marvel Studios. And they're like, oh, it's superhero fatigue. Nope. No. It's bad movie fatigue. It's bad like that. They have, they blame everybody else for these horrible stories, these horribly crafted pieces of, air quote, entertainment. Like, oh, you don't like it? You're a misogynistic. You just hate women. That's your thing. That's why the movie didn't do so well. Bunch of misogynistic freaking woman haters out there. And then the next movie comes out and it fails. You know what? It's you racists. That's what it is. You're racist, misogynist. I'm Rain Man. That's who's running. That's who's running Marvel. It's Rain Man. That definitely misogynistic. Definitely racist. That's why they don't want to see the movie. Racist, misogynistic. I'm afraid of powerful women. You can say it. You're nowhere near the truth. Your movies suck. They suck. And they've sucked for a while. And Disney Star Wars sucks. And the Marvels, it's glorious to watch it go down in flames. Who gives a shit about Captain Marvel girl who, whatever. You know what? We're going to hold off on it. We're going to hold off on it. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into some Hunter Biden stuff. We're going to get into some my thoughts on body wash. I've had it with the body wash. That's another farce. There's a ton more coming up, but we are going to take a break here. Everybody's going to go over to, and I mean everybody, is going to go over to Locals and Patreon, and we're just going to continue the show over there. That's how we're doing it. That's how we roll. You're all fantastic. And if you're new to the show and this is your first episode, welcome aboard. And if I met you at the Bricktown Comedy Club, really God bless you for being here, for everything. And a big thank you to everybody for the support on Locals and Patreon. And I'm looking forward to the new That Show Tonight taping and the shows in Spokane. It's great. It's awesome. I will see you over on the next segment. Patreon, Locals, ta-ta. Ooh, why are those pants still on?
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.